you join us on yet another recovery run for the Jazz. And Jazz has picked a good day today for a nice recovery because there's 40-mile-an-hour winds. So when I want to make a video, what we really want is just wind noise. We just don't want anyone to hear what I'm saying. So great choice there. And a little fun fact, but the first video on my channel, if you saw it on the very first day, I used AI noise cancelling. Now what that did is introduce so much artifacting that it sounded like I was haunted. So I was running around and there were ghostly voices in the background. And I only noticed the next day. Yeah, don't use AI noise cancelling. Instead, if you can't hear me right now, well, right now it's okay, but on the field, I'll add subtitles, so we'll be good to go. So today I'm breaking down week 2 of my 10K training. We have the Telford 10K in December, and so I'm building up mileage, I'm building up speed. And so Monday we started out with, well, a recovery run. It's when I recorded the previous video. So that was my rest day, or I suppose recovery run day. And that was about 3K with Jazz here. Yeah, Jazz mapped out this route. Good job, Jazz. Pretty fun though. So Tuesday's run was 14K, easy, followed by 4 strides, so similar to last week. So in an effort to keep my easy runs easy, I've actually put a custom heart rate zone. So 135 to 150, which is basically just the top of zone 1 and near the top of zone 2, but it just gives me an early warning that I'm about to enter zone 3. I know it's a little nerdy, but it just helps warn me, perhaps like on hills, to slow down a bit sooner and to take the hills a little easier to stay in zone 2. All right. So introducing those strides at the end of my easy run, I think it is a good thing. You're kind of dreading them as they approach, but it does keep you on your top of your running form, and I think you really should introduce them. It's a bit windy. Using Jazz to shield the wind. So for Wednesday it was track session and it was 600s. So that was fun. We had a few guys there actually. So Andy was there, Rich was there, Ben, and then Chris was there, which it was his first session. I have no idea if you can hear what I'm saying. It is so windy. But no, track 600s. So for the 600s, I hit paces that I'm pleased with, and I stuck with Andy and Rich for the last kind of set, which were quite spicy, but I'm glad that the work got done. It is in those moments where you push beyond, and it often, for me, requires other people that are fitter than me to just go that extra bit. And as disgusting as it feels in the moment, I do feel like that's where those small gains that I'm hunting for right now are found. So track was brutal, as always, but good fun ultimately, and hopefully beneficial. This is very swampy. We just went through some puddles and got soaked, so that reminded me, on Wednesday at track, it was torrential. It was to the point where people were abandoning their sessions. It was just sheer, so much rain. And so, yeah, that made it an extra bit of a test. But again, we did get it done. And it feels good to do that kind of session in rain because you can get those conditions. I mean, today, with the wind and rain, Abingdon Marathon was on. So people were running their marathon in those 40-mile-an-hour winds. So on Friday, it was a pretty basic threshold session, 14K with some on and off Ks. Worcester is so flooded already that I had to resort to a very boring industrial loop. So on the bright side, that monotony is, I guess, good mental toughness training where there's no distraction, you can't really zone out, you're just focused on pace and trying to get the work done. So not a very interesting run, but we got it done, and so I'm happy about that. So on Saturday, the floods dictated my plans there, so we had a 5k extended warm-up followed by Worcester Woods park run. The plan was to do Worcester Pitchcroft, but you'd have to swim it to complete it right now. It is fully submerged, so Worcester Woods it is, and honestly it's going to be a lot of woods for the next few months probably, if I'm honest. So Pitchcroft, I miss you, and hopefully I'll get to race there sooner rather than later. Okay, so for Sunday it was 15k easy, 6k goal marathon pace, and then 3k easy to cool down, but things did not go to plan because I bumped into Andy and ultimately Rich. So Andy was doing his marathon session for Valencia. I think he's halfway through his training block, so that's exciting, and Rich was joining him. So I went down the hill for my easy and then I ran back up with Andy, so that was a bit brutal. So my session got a little derailed, but I did manage to still do the 6k. I went to the industrial loop thinking, the one from Friday, thinking it would be safe and not flooded. It was flooded, so I had to adapt, and in my adaptation, my loop took me past Cafe Afloat, which is it's a boat that is a cafe, and they were cooking bacon the whole time. So every kilometre, every lap, I smelled bacon, and it was quite torturous. But I got the job done. It was a little more tough than initially planned because I did mean to have 15k easy, but we obviously had the Andy session. But I got it done, and I think it will be of big benefit. Total mileage for the week, including with this 3k, with Jazz for recovery, 82k, so that's a little too high of a jump, but now we have a deload week that ends in a race, an unscheduled race, so I'll get more into that next week and we'll see how we do there. But for now, we have just got to kind of say goodbye. How did today go?
Not great.
Not great. Jazz had shockwave treatment on Thursday and an intense massage. So we're just trying to get back into it, but I mean, you did choose a very blustery day for it.
Yeah, but you've got to run when you feel like it's a good time to run.
You've got to run.
Otherwise, it's just you're on a bad start already.
But no, there's always next time, isn't there? I've had countless bad runs, so hopefully we can get back to it soon. What else? Anything else? Strength and conditioning. I've done that. Well, I will have done that twice because I'm doing it today. I've got to do it now. And also, I'm wearing in October Grinch socks. So I've got Christmas. Oh, you've got your egg socks and Grinch socks.
Mine
I don't know
not
who.
Running socks though.
No. So I've got Christmas socks on in October. What a shambles! But that is week 2 for my 10k training. I hope your training is also going well. And yeah, I'll see you next time for week 3. It ends in a race.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.